Hey witches, welcome back to the channel. It's the Wyld Wytch here. I hope that you're all doing amazing. So for this video, I'm going to share some recipes. If you watched the video from last week, I featured Cleavers in the plant series, and I stated in that video that I would share some recipes with you guys this week. So that's what this video is about. I have two recipes that I'm going to share. One is a trauma oil and one is a foot bath. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. Give me just a second and I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to make is this trauma oil. Now, trauma oil can be used in workings to bring healing to relationship trauma, even if it's past trauma that you need to work through, or it's current trauma that you're going through. This is very comforting and can help you get through those process, as well as any ancestral wounds that's been passed down as well. You can use this trauma oil for that. Now, you can use it as anointing oil to anoint candles, poppets, petitions. You can add it to your bath, and you can also anoint yourself. So you want to apply it to your heart chakra, your sacral chakra, and the bottom of your feet. Now, when I say poppets, this can be, or you might call a voodoo doll, a doll baby, but you can create anything. It doesn't have to be an actual person, figure. You can, like I said, you can create anything at all. Like this crystal could be a poppet for someone if I wanted it to be. So you can anoint your poppets, with this oil. You can do it to yourself. If you're doing a working for someone else, then you would just apply the oil to the heart chakra, the sacral chakra, and the bottom of the feet on the poppet or whatever it is that you're doing for someone else. A candle, you can anoint the candle, write the person's name on it. You can anoint the petition, so forth and so on. So, before I get in here, hold on, I need to take off my shirt, my sweatshirt. I was freezing this morning, but now I'm hot. Like, I got up and started this at 3 a.m., guys. 3 a.m. Okay, so anyway, there are quite a few ingredients in this trauma oil. However, if there's something that you don't have or it doesn't resonate with you, that is perfectly fine. You do not have to use it. You can incorporate whatever it is that you want. So I've got some healing incense, a blend that I made. I've got it going, and I've also got this white candle right here that's been dressed, that's going as well for this. And then I have a candle that I made. Let me find it. Now I don't carry these anymore because I don't use these this dye anymore, but this is one of my last little tiny candles that I use on jars. So it's already been dressed, and you can see it's two-toned. And the reason that I'm doing two-toned is because, before healing can even take place, we have to release that trauma. So that's what the black part of this candle represents, releasing that trauma. And then the pink part of the candle is to bring in that self-love for, ourself or whoever we're doing working for. This pink is to help to bring in that love vibration, so this person can breathe love in and breathe love out, so they can heal and move on from this trauma. They can see this trauma, not that they're a victim anymore, but they're a survivor, and this trauma doesn't define them. It makes them into the badass person that they are now because they went through it, and they came out on top. So we're going to put this little guy on top of the bottle when we're done. Now, you can use any color, that you want or resonates with you. But I had made these a while back whenever I was using candle dyes, but I don't do candle dyes anymore. So anyway, let's just jump right in. Okay, so the first thing that we have is this Cleaver Oil. Now I'm doing 15 ml of Cleaver Oil, and then I'm doing right here, this is 13 ml of Rose Oil. Now if you don't have these herbal oils, you can always do a carrier oil like grape seed is really good for this, like trauma oil. You can do evening primrose is another one that's really good for trauma oil. Let's see, you can do what is that other one called that I use? Rose hip is another really good one for trauma. Okay, so I'm just going to put this little funnel on top of this. This is my little trauma bottle. And I'm just going to swirl this blend together like this, just to blend those two up. And then I'm going to pour it into the bottle. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and start adding our herbs that we're going to use. Now, again, you don't have to use any of these that don't resonate with you. So the first thing that I'm adding is Oat Straw. Remember to charge up your ingredients. Put your energy and intent into that. And it doesn't take much. Alright, so that's Oat Straw. Let me push that down in there. Okay. Just get those little. Alright, the next thing that we're going to add is going to be Skullcap. And again, y'all make sure that you put your energy and intent into it. All of these, this is already done. They've been cleansed. They are ready to go. They've been, I always cleanse everything with incense first. And then put my energy and intent into it. So that's been done. I'm trying to just move this along because I have a feeling this video is going to be kind of long. All right, the next ingredient is passion flower. All right, then we're going to add some lemon balm. I love, love, love lemon balm. All right, then we're going to add Mother Wort. All right, now we're going to add some Kava Kava. Oh, I forgot to show y'all what I'm drinking. Anyway, I'm drinking a Kava Kava blend that I make that I love so much. And this is, what I'm adding is Kava Kava root. Okay, the next thing that we're going to add is a little pinch of black Cohosh. And I've already ground this up into a powder. See, some fingers. Okay, next we're going to add St. John's Wort. Let the sun shine in the places where the sun normally can't reach. The nooks and crannies and shadows. The sunshine. Okay, next we're going to add some hawthorn flowers and leaves. Now it's up to you if you want to add both. And it's going to give you the strength of a lion, baby. Alright. Next thing we're going to add is Devil's Claw. Because, baby, you're going to claw your way out of this situation. Can't nobody hold you down. You're going to get through this trauma. You're going to claw your way back up. You might feel buried right now, but you're going to make it. Okay. Now I'm just going to give this a swirl to get those mixed in, blended up all together. And you can also put your energy and intent in here after you've got all the herbs. Okay, now we're going to add 3 drops of pine. Okay, now we're going to add 4 drops of rose. Now, if you don't have pine or rose or any of these essential oils, but you do have the plants, please feel free to use those. So what did I say? 4? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that smells so good. Alright, the next we're going to add is frankincense. And again, if you don't have frankincense essential oil, but you've got frankincense resin, then feel free to add it. I'm going to add 2 drops. Alright, now I'm going to add a drop of sandalwood. I've got to use a pipette because I've got a really big bottle. So we're just doing 1 drop. And again, if you don't have sandalwood essential oil, because I know it is hella expensive, then you can use sandalwood powder, sandalwood, the actual wood, whatever it is that you want to use. Okay, the next one we're going to add some bergamot. We're going to add 1 drop of bergamot. Okay. Now we're going to add a drop of clary sage. Oh, y'all, I love clary sage so much. So much. Alright, and then the last essential oil we're going to add is Palo Santo, but it's the Palo Santo fruit, not the actual wood. But you can add, if you have Palo Santo essential oil, the wood, you can use that. If you've got just Palo Santo, maybe you've got the smudge sticks, you can just cut a little tiny sliver of the wood off and drop in there. And that's perfectly fine. And we're going to add 1 drop of the Palo Santo fruit. Okay. Oh my gosh, the fruit smells so good. It smells like Palo Santo. A Palo Santo. But it also has like this fruity blended in with it. Oh my gosh, it smells so amazing. Alright, now we're going to give this a stir. I don't ever shake. I always just swirl to blend everything. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, now I'm going to, since I've got all the essential oils in here, all the herbs are in here, now I'm going to put my energy and intent into it again. Okay, now the next ingredient that I'm going to add is a couple of crystals, and these crystals have also been charged. They're ready to go. So I'm adding, of course, the Master Healer, clear quartz. I'm adding black tourmaline. I'm adding amethyst, rose quartz, as well as morganite. So we'll give it a swirl. We'll put our energy and intent in again. Okay, and the last thing, well, there's one other thing, but anyway, the next thing that we're going to add is next to last thing is some snake skin. This is actually the shed, this is his tail, the little shed part of the skin, but it's on the tail. So we're just going to pop this in here. I'm going to give it a shake so it can go down and start imbuing with all these herbs and oils. All right, we're going to put our energy and intent in one more time. Okay. Now, you want to put some kind of preservative in there. You can do rosemary or vitamin E. Those are the two ones that I use the most. And I'm just going to get a pipette and just fill it. So that's probably half a teaspoon is what I put in there, because we want to extend the shelf life of this as long as possible. Okay, now I'm going to put the lid on here. Alright, I'm going to take my little candle that I have. Okay. I'm just putting some wax on top. And then I'm going to stick my little candle on top. Still hadn't. There we go. And I'm just letting this. Hold on. Let's try this again. For some reason, it's not sticking. There might be too much oil on the lid. I might have to clean it off. Nope, we got it. Alright, let me put other candle back up, and I need to move it back over here so it don't get any of my plants. Okay, now that my hands are hella sticky, I just used a little bag to wipe my hands off. Okay, now we're going to light, well, I guess I need this, don't I? We're going to light our candle. All right, and we're just going to let our candle burn down over the top of our trauma oil bottle. I'm going to leave it on the altar for at least a day. So those the essential oils and the herbs can infuse together and create this synergistic blend. Now, I typically will leave mine for 3 days, but you can leave it for as long as you want. It's completely up to you, but I would recommend leaving it for a day. And every time you walk by your altar, or every time you think about it, go ahead and put some more energy into that blend. Okay, so I'm going to let this burn down over this. Then I'm going to clean up this area, and I'm going to do the next recipe, which is Achy Breaky Foot Bath. So that will come next. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, this is my Achy Breaky Foot Bath. So this is for when you're just exhausted, your feet are killing you, they feel like they are going to break off, like they are very painful, they have knots in them, and you just need relief. This is a great blend that I typically use. So I use it normally like at the end of the day when I've been non-stop and I've got some more things to do, like maybe I've got some work-ins that I need to do later that night. Then I love to use this foot bath because it not only helps my feet, but it also gives me a little pick-me-up. So it's wonderful for that. I'm actually using this after this video. I'm going to use this because I've been walking on my slack line a lot, and my right foot is hurting so bad because I hurt it on there. Anyway, so I'm going to be using this blend. It's absolutely great for, tired, achy feet, swollen feet, that you have knots in your feet, all that kind of stuff is so good. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, now I don't have it on here in front of all this because I'm not doing this yet. I'm going to do this step actually after because I want the water hot. So the first thing that you want is you can just grab like a handful of peppermint leaves. If you don't have like loose peppermint leaves, you can always grab 1 or 2 peppermint tea bags, and you want to throw those in some boiling water and cover, and you're going to let that steep for about 15 minutes while you make the rest of the blend. But you want a pretty strong infusion. So I do, whenever I grab a big handful, it's about, I would say about half a cup, or a little less, than half a cup. And then I'm going to put 8 ounces of boiling water over those, and then I cover it with the lid so all those volatile oils don't escape in that steam. And then you just let it steep. So you want to do that first. Okay, while that's steeping, you can go ahead and get you 2 tablespoons of Cleaver Oil. That's what this is right here. And we're just going to go ahead and blend our oils together that I've got right here. So I've got 2 tablespoons of Cleaver Oil. I've got a tablespoon of arnica oil. And I've got half a teaspoon of cayenne oil right here. So we're just going to combine these, and then we're going to add our essential oils. So again, Let's go ahead and add our arnica oil in with our cleaver oil. And if you don't have cleaver oil, you can make it, or you can add the plant, like the stem and leaves. You can just add it in with that peppermint infusion that you're going to do. So if you have to substitute any herbs for this, you can add it to that infusion, or you can add it directly to the blend. It just depends on you. If I'm going to do herbs and stuff like in the bathtub, then I put it in a muslin bag, because it is a lot of work to clean all of the plants and stuff out of the bathtub. But now a foot bath, it's, kind of different, because you have like a pail, that you can put it in. But, yeah. I'm just going to let this drip down a little bit so I can make sure I get all of this oil. So yeah, you can do however you want. So like I said, and if you don't have cayenne oil like this, then you can just throw you a little pinch of cayenne into your blend. Alright, so this is the oils, and you can see they need to be mixed together, because you can see the different colors. So we're just going to swirl these together. Alright, now let's just go ahead and add the essential oils. Alright, let's see. Okay. I'm going to add 1 drop of every time this damn bottle does not do right, the little dropper always comes off in the lid. It's so annoying. Okay, I'm going to add 1 drop of Rosemary Essential Oil. And again, any of these, I don't know if that dropped. I add a little much, but it's alright. Anyway, I don't know if you don't have any of these essential oils, or any of these oils, these herbal oils that I've made, then you can just substitute with herbs. That is perfectly fine. Alright, so that was 1 drop rosemary. And then we're going to do 1 drop eucalyptus. That was 2. But it's alright. Alright, we're going to add 1 drop cloves. We're going to add 3 drops lavender. So I'm using these pipettes for the bottles that I have, like really big bottles. Because lavender, I have like an 8-ounce bottle of lavender essential oil, because I use it often, So, yeah, it's a big one. Okay. And then the next, we're going to add some blue chamomile. We're going to add 2 drops of blue chamomile, or it's called German chamomile. I always call it blue chamomile because it's literally blue. So yeah, we're going to add 2 drops of blue. Well, we did 3, but so if you don't have German chamomile and you've got Roman chamomile, just use it. That's perfectly fine, And if you only have it in flowers, that's fine. Okay, now we're going to give this a gentle stir, because you can see, hold on, see how the chamomile is separate in there? All right, I'm going to hold it over here so I can put my hand over the top, because I don't want to waste any of this. give it a few little swirls there. So what I'm doing when I'm swirling, I just swirl, you know, like this. Because I don't want to spill any. And I don't want to mess it up. See, it changes colors because of that blue chamomile. Now, I do see I've got a few little leaves floating, and that's okay. It's just peppermint from me measuring out the peppermint that I'm going to use whenever I make my infusion. So, no problem there. Okay, so now that we've got our essential oils and our carrier oils, or our herbal oils, blended together, we're going to add menthol crystals. Now, if you don't have menthol crystals, that is perfectly fine. So this is what, I don't know if you can, this is what a menthol crystal looks like. And if you don't have menthol crystals, again, like I said, it is perfectly fine. That is not a problem at all. You can substitute with 4 drops of peppermint essential oil. So, it's fine. Or if you don't have peppermint and you've got spearmint, you can use spearmint. If you have wintergreen, you can use wintergreen. Any of those, you know, that you want, you can substitute. But I'm just going to pop this little piece. But I'm going to do it quickly because it's starting to melt in my hand. So I'm just popping that in there so you can go ahead and add your 4 drops of peppermint essential oil if you don't have menthol crystals. I love using menthol crystals. So this will start breaking down. And if it's not completely broke down by the time we mix it with our other stuff, that's fine too. It will when that water hits it, you know. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and mix our dry ingredients. And then after our dry ingredients, we'll mix our wet in with our dry. Okay, so you're going to need a cup of Epsom salt. And that's what I have right here. It's just a cup of Epsom salt. Now, I like to add lava salt to my foot soaks or my, like, any kind of detox blends or anything to do with, like, muscles, soothing muscles. I always like to add lava salt. So basically, lava salt has activated charcoal in it, and depending on where you get it from, the salt can come from different places. So this also has like volcanic ash and stuff in it. So I do a handful of this. You can do you see it just falling out. You can do about a 1/4 cup or 1/2 cup, or I guess it really depends on your hand size. But it's about a 1/4 cup. And now I'm just going to blend this up together. And if you don't have lava salt, again, that is so fine. You can use Himalayan pink salt. You can use Dead Sea salt. You can, if you make your own, like witch's salt or black salt, you can even use that if you want to. Or you can omit it altogether. You don't have to use it at all. Your main thing is, the Epsom salt. Just go with your intuition and let it guide you. Let me put this over a little. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to add is ground oats. So, like the oatmeal that you eat for breakfast. We're going to, I want you to get another big handful of oats, and then we just grind them into a powder. And so we're going to mix these in. Okay, and we're going to mix this up. I have a spoon that I use with all of my stuff. See, it looks like this. Look, it's even got these burn marks on the back. I believe this spoon was my grandmother's, and she gave it to my mom when she got married, and then my mom passed it down to me whenever I got married. And so I use it, but I have to get my hands dirty too. Like, I have to put my hands in whatever I'm making. So we're just going to mix these ground oats and the lava salt and the Epsom salt together. We're just going to get everything blended good. And y'all have, if you're making this along with me, you got about a minute left of your herbal infusion before you're going to strain it and keep that water, you know, from your peppermint. Okay, so that's good. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do, if you're making this, like I said, right now along with me, then you want to go ahead and strain your peppermint infusion, and you know, if you made another infusion, or you've combined, you know, the herbs with that, if you don't have, I mean, combine with your peppermint if you don't have, you know, like arnica and cleavers and so forth and so on, you know, the oils. But anyway, you can go ahead and strain it. Now, you want to go ahead and dump that water in your foot bath, or whatever you're using for a foot bath, a bowl, you know, your bathtub, whatever it is that you're using. Go ahead and dump that water in it, and then go ahead and add, I guess, as hot as you can stand it, you know, the water. You want to go ahead and add it. I normally add enough to where it's just going to cover my ankles, you know, like up to my ankles. But you can add however much it is that you want. I'm not really sure. And then you just want to use your hand and give the water a quick stir. So you can stir that peppermint infusion in with your regular, you know, warm water. Now let's just go ahead. While you've got that, we're going to go ahead and dump our wet blend into our dry blend. Then we're going to stir it up, and then you can go ahead and dump it into your foot bath. And after you dump it in there, you want to swirl it all around. You can even do it with your feet. Go ahead and put your feet in there and swirl it all around. And so let's just go ahead and get this mixed up. And you'll notice whenever you put this in the water, it's going to, you know, all this salt and even the ground oats will start to, you know, like disintegrate into the water. So you just want to give this a good blend. Put your energy into it to, you know, help your tired, aching feet. You want the muscles to relax. You want that circulation to be boosted up. I'm getting warm from that cayenne oil. And my cayenne, I normally do it in triple batches, so it's really, really strong. Alright, now I've got this mixed good. Now I'm going to take my spoon and knock it off. Okay, you can go ahead and dump this blend into your foot soak. I'm just going to get this off of my hands. But anyway, you can give it a good stir. Now, I'm going to do this off camera because I want to, you know, I want it to be hot, and I want to get the video finished and stuff first. So, and I definitely am doing this tonight. Alright, so, you'll just dump this in there. And now I want to mention too, I normally soak for about 20 minutes. Now, let me tell y'all something that really helps me too. I don't know if you're interested in this or not, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. Okay, you can also take some marbles or like aquarium pebbles, even some crystals, some pebbles like that you get from the river. You can take those and throw into your foot bath and rub your feet back and forth across those. Though that really, really helps, especially if you have knots in your feet. That helps a lot. Another thing that you can do is you're going to take green aventurine, clear quartz, sugilite, hematite, black tourmaline, and malachite. So you can do these, like even if you're at work, and your feet are just killing you, you can do this. So you want to take the black tourmaline and place at the back of your heel. You want to take the hematite and place it above your toes. And then you're going to take the green aventurine, the quartz, the sugilite, and the malachite and place them on top of your feet. And I normally do this again for about 15 to 20 minutes. And that's another thing that's really, really beneficial. I love doing that. You can even add this in, your bath whenever you're doing it. You can do both of these, whatever makes you feel better. But I love this blend, this my Achy Breaky foot bath blend. It's great. Oh, I was smelling it. It smells really good. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I guess I will be back. Let's see. No, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to let you see. Alright, so until next time, I hope that you fly high, witches. If you have any questions, too, real quick, about either one of these, make sure to comment down below. Okay. Peace, homie!